Caro, Cabo family, and welcome to Orisa Prayer and Meditation. We are giving honor to Olodumare, the ancestors, and our precious Orisha. It is a say, Shango, Oya, Kawo, Oya, Winnie, Winnie. Let us know you are here. Leave a comment. Alashe, blessings, Ogbato. I saw everybody Wolfo. Naila, Ogbato, blessings, Ekaro. Jasmine, blessings to you. Efuntola, Blue, the Oracle Empress, blessings to you. Yadira, Ogbato. C. Burton, blessings. African Martial Science. Unique wisdom, blessings to you, Geneva, Allison, and Carol, Elise, blessings, Camila, Fafumike Omomi, Iya Fasebe, blessings to you, Allison, Kashia, Vuyelwa, Tiffany, blessings, Fashe, Anna, blessings to you, Laura, bonjour, and blessings into me, see, Oboato. Thank you, Blue, for that call to action, Kristen. Blessings, Rosalind, too blessed to be stressed. Noel, Oboato, Asore, Iwori, Wofun, give thanks. Baba Oshosi, Chris, Ogboato. It is a beautiful day indeed. We are blessed to be together. Give thanks and praise. I am so grateful. Ekaro, Ekabo, and welcome to Orisa Prayer and Meditation with Iya Funlayo. It is me, your favorite scholar priestess, Iya Funlayo, PhD, and I am blessed. I'm honored. I'm thrilled. I'm happy. I'm glad in my spirit to be with you. Yes, you, Baba Oshosi. Yes, you, AB. Yes, you, Pauline. Yes, you, each and every one of you who finds it not robbery, in the words of my late father. May he continue to rest well, the Reverend Ralph H. Joyce III. All of those who find it not robbery to be with us this morning, Kimberly, Iyayemi Wogboato. We are grateful, as always, to be together. Julie, blessings. Blessings to you, John. We are grateful to be in the land of the living. Listen, there are some who did not wake up to join us in today. And so we are grateful for every breath. Just place your hand, please, with me on your chest. Place your other hand on your stomach. And let's just take one nice deep inhale together through our noses. And slowly release through our mouths. That breath is a miracle. That breath is a miracle, and I feel so thankful this morning. I feel thankful for the blessing of life. I feel thankful for the blessing of breath, and I feel thankful for the blessing of each and every one of you. Mahogany, Queen May, the experience guru. Yes, we are in this life to have some beautiful experiences, and I am glad to be having them with you. Yes. On today, we have a beautiful lesson about forgiveness. Nia, blessings from the Odu Obara Ika. Our lesson today tells us that we can forgive and we can be forgiven. We can forgive and we can be forgiven. There are many of us who are carrying around heavy burdens. Many of us, and Spirit is leading me today to speak about the burdens that we carry, and led me to this story that tells us that no matter how heavy the burden, it tells us that no matter how large the infraction, that forgiveness is possible. And that forgiveness, of course, begins with ourselves. Ashe, 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 ashe. Before we even get into the nitty gritty, there are many of us who need to forgive ourselves. There are many of us who are holding ourselves hostage to old versions of ourselves. There are many of us who are being held hostage, come on, somebody, by others to older versions of ourselves or to things that we've done in the past and atoned for. And Obara Ika gives us this lesson that no matter what has happened, no matter how bad we feel the infraction was, that forgiveness is possible for us. And it tells of a time when there was a family, there was a woman and 3 children, and the father of the children had died, and the mother was having a very difficult time caring for them. And there was one of her children, Benga, who unfortunately was ill and was a handful to take care of. And very sadly, this mother got extremely overwhelmed with trying to care for 3 children, one of whom was ill. And she left her ill child. She took her 2 other children and she left and abandoned the ill child, mm, leaving him to fend for himself in the world, leaving him on his own. And she went to another town in search of some fortune, in search of something that would help her to regain her ability to at least care for the 2 children that she took with her. Mm. And when she left, Benga found the strength. He found the strength to get up off of his sick bed and to go and try to find food. And he also found the strength when he got off of his sick bed to go from town to town seeking his mother and his 2 siblings, trying to find where they had gone to. And of course, deeply saddened that they had left him. Mm. And Benga went from town to town. And when he got to each place, the people there would say, this woman that has the 2 children, she has just now left. You just missed her. And every town that he went to, he had just missed his mother and his 2 siblings. And at a certain point, he tired of going from town to town. Blessings, Constance. Blessings, Coco. Blessings, Jamar. He tired of going from town to town and he settled into a cave that was near a palace. And every night he would go sneak and go through the garbage of the palace to find food for himself to eat. And there was a hunter who was sitting up in a tree who was seeking to track animals and happened to see Banga going through the palace rubbish, blessings Kehinde, going through the palace rubbish, looking for food. And he took pity on Banga and he went and connected with him and took him into the palace to the king. And the king asked Banga, what is going on? Where are your parents? Why are you here going through the palace trash looking for food? And Banga explained to the king that he had been ill and that his mother had taken his 2 siblings and left him. And the king took pity on him and took him into the palace and began to raise him as his own son. He got him initiated. T, blessings to you. Fakemi, blessings. Ekaro. He got Banga initiated into Ifa. They ran to the diviner to find out what the path of this young boy would be. And it turned out that his path was to be initiated as an Ifa priest, was to help other people. And he came with the Odu of Obara Ika. And Obara Ika speaks of one who is able to overcome great adversity and who is able as well to help others overcome. Falilat, blessings. Avi, blessings to you. Is able to help others as well to overcome great adversity. And he now went by the name of Obara Ika. Everybody called him Baba Obara Ika. And he helped people. He traveled around. He became very well known as a great Ifa priest. And he became one of the trusted advisors to the king. Blessings, Queen. Blessings, Dr. Kiana. He became a trusted advisor to the king, and he was one who the king would call in for the very special divinations when very important things were going on. And so one day there was an old woman who was caught outside of the palace, who was accused of having killed someone. And she tried to convince the palace guards that she hadn't done it, and she tried to convince the king that she hadn't done it, but they were not listening to her, and they were sentencing her to death. But before the sentence was carried out, they said, let us check one more time. Let us check one more time and see what, if truly this is the fate that this woman should have. And they called forth Obara Ika. Listen, listen to the story. They called Obara Ika forth to do a divination for this woman. And when he came forward and he looked at the old woman, he clutched his chest. He said, this woman, Baba Kabiesi, this woman here, this is my mother. And he couldn't believe his eyes that he was seeing his mother for the first time since she had left him. And the mother looked at him very carefully in the face and she said, well, they are calling you by this name, Obaraka. I don't know this name. I never had a child by this name. I had a child once named Benga, but he passed away. And my other two children that I had, they have gone their own way. And Benga said, no, Mama, it is me. It's Benga. I'm the one. Who was your child? I'm the one who you left when I was ill. And the woman began to weep and she began to cry and she began to wail and she threw herself down to the ground. She couldn't believe that the child that she had left, who she thought had passed away, due to her mistreatment, due to her abandonment, she carried this guilt for her entire life. Falami blessings, Mambo Kiki blessings. She thought that he had met his demise, and she cried and she wept and she begged for his forgiveness. She told him that after she had left him, she actually came back to the town to try to find him, but he also was off trying to find her. And so they continued to miss each other. But she bitterly, bitterly, bitterly regretted having left her child. And she threw herself at his feet. She cried and she begged that he should forgive her. Catherine, blessings. And he did. He took pity on her. He raised her up. He pulled her up from the ground. He hugged her. He said, Mother, I forgive you. And I understand. And that you didn't know any better, that you did what you did out of desperation, that you did what you did to try to preserve at least some semblance of yourself and your life. I understand why you did what you did, and I forgive you. And in fact, it was you leaving me. Come on. It was you leaving me to fend for myself. It was you leaving me on my own. It was you leaving me to wander, Ajoke. It was you leaving me that ultimately led me to my destiny. Orisa Funlayo, Iya Funlayo, blessing Shamika. It was you leaving me. It was having to go through the hardship that I had to endure that ultimately led me to my destiny. And so I give thanks. I give thanks for my path. It wasn't an easy path. Huh? Don't get it me twisted. Michelle, blessings. Don't get it twisted, if I wait me more. It wasn't an easy path. I had to wander from town to town. I had to look in garbage to find things to eat. But ultimately, it was the hardship that I faced that allowed me to meet my destiny. And so I forgive you. And I am asking the King, as I'm doing my divination here as I'm throwing my opele here on your behalf, Fafimo Be. As I'm throwing this opele on your behalf, I'm seeing that what you are saying is true, that you, in fact, were not the one, Kendra. You were not the one who committed this crime that you are accused of. And so, Obara Ika turned to Kabiesi and said, please, Ifa says that this woman did not do, she's telling the truth, and she is my mother. The king was so astonished that not only did they overturn the sentence, but he also welcomed her into the palace and gave her a place. And she spent the rest of her time able to bond with her son and to be a helper to him as he helped all of the other people who continued to come to him for assistance. Ashe, 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 ashe. Powerful, 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 powerful story. Fawemi multi blessings. We receive. Give thanks. I'm so glad that you are receiving the message. Afua, listen, Spirit will do it. Spirit will take us to places that we never imagined, in ways that we never imagined, through hardships sometimes that we never imagined. Many of us have had to traverse lots of things in our lives. Many of us were raised by people who were not our biological parents. Many of us have had to walk hard roads in order to get to our blessings. And many of us have had to find it in our hearts to forgive, especially when we know that the hurt that was caused to us was a result of someone else's hurt. And this doesn't mean, listen, understand what we're saying here. This doesn't mean that we got to forgive over and over and over and over when folks are repeat offenders. This doesn't mean that we have to welcome folk back into our lives necessarily after they've hurt us. It doesn't mean that. But what it does mean is that the door is open for reconciliation if we let that door be open, that the door is open for forgiveness, that when we ourselves, and I'm talking to us because many times we're the ones that hold ourselves hostage, when we ourselves, like that mother had been for her whole life, she had held herself hostage, she had lamented her whole entire life over the error that she made. And there are times that we have to be able to release that, to be able to forgive ourselves and to welcome the forgiveness that is coming from those that we hurt. We have to ask for that forgiveness, of course, and have it requested of us before we are able to give it. But we are able to reconnect. Yes, we are able, Queen, yes, to move forward. We are able to reconcile, that it is possible, that it is possible. Know that it is possible. Know that no matter what you have done, Nayo, know that no matter what mistake you have made, that forgiveness is possible. And that those who have hurt you may come around and ask you for forgiveness. And there's a place where you are able to find it in your heart to open it up to them. Don't see it as a weakness. Don't see it as letting somebody get over, right? And we know the difference. Our spirit knows the difference between when folks are genuinely remorseful about the pain that they've caused us and when they're not. Our spirits know the difference. So as we get ready to move into our prayer space today, our simple statement for today is I can forgive and be forgiven. I can forgive and be forgiven. I can forgive and be forgiven. I can release the hurt that I've held in my heart. I can release myself from the prison that I've put myself in due to my past deeds. I can move forward and reconnect in love with those who have hurt me if and when Spirit calls for that. If and when. See how this all got orchestrated, that she ended up in the very place where her son was, even though both of them had wandered from town to town. They ended up in the same place at the same time. That was Spirit that orchestrated that. so that reconciliation could be possible. So we give thanks for the possibility. Dr. Kiana, Geneva, Queen May, Kimberly, Baba Oshosi, yes, we can forgive and be forgiven. Christiane, we've all done something, Kashia, that we need to ask forgiveness for, and we can be forgiven. Tiffany, Naila, Ifafimo Bay, we can forgive and be forgiven. Chris, Too Blessed T, we can forgive. Allison, and be forgiven. Afua, Ajoke, Yayemiwo, Shamika, we can forgive and be forgiven. The gatekeeper, Fawemimo, yes, we release ourselves from the prisons in which we have kept ourselves, the prison of guilt, the prison of remorse and regret. We release ourselves from those prisons. Ifafumike, Mama Fatima, Laura, we can forgive and be forgiven. T. Ajoke, we can forgive and be forgiven. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. As we move into our prayer space today, we just pray that we are able to open our hearts. We pray that we are able to open our minds. We pray that we are able to open our spirits. And forgive ourselves and release ourselves in our hearts and release others from the prisons that we're keeping them in our hearts and mind. We can release others from the prisons that we may be keeping them in our hearts and mind as well. Zaleka, blessings. Yes, we can forgive and be forgiven. We know that precious element that helps to wash us so fresh and so clean as we make our fresh starts is that precious element of water. We know that what to share fellow way below low. If we want go wash, hey, is water we go use. Share fellow say be below low. If we want cook soup, it's water we go use. So we say, Omi tutu, ashe tutu, ana tutu, ile tutu. Tutu laroye, tutu bobo egun, tutu bobo arisha, tutu emion, tutu bobo wa, tutu ori. Come on and touch that ori, yes now. We know what Ifa says if we need a house, hey, we gotta ask our ori. And if we need a spouse, yes, we gotta ask our ori. And if we need that money, yay, you know we've gotta ask our ori because it is only through ori. It is only through our own lens of consciousness and conscience that we are able to recognize and utilize our blessings. It is only through our own lens of consciousness and conscience that we are able to feel into and discern when genuine forgiveness is in order. And it is only through our own ori that we are able to release ourselves from the prisons in which we have locked ourselves. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. African Martial Science, thank you so much for getting the giving started today. Shamika, blessings and thank you. Mama Fatima, thank you for getting our offering started today. Mojuba o, Mojuba Olodumare, Ọba Terere Káyé. Mojuba tí ó jó, Mojuba tí ó orún, Mojuba ilẹ̀ ògẹ́rẹ́ afọ́kọ̀yẹ́rẹ́, Mojuba Rómìlà ẹlẹ́rìí ìpín. Mojuba Ibarumole Ojuko, tu Mojuba Ibarumole Ojuko, sing. Mojuba Okanle need in warrior mole. Mojuba Koda, Mojuba Sheda, Mojuba Rebelo Trife, Mojuba Woni Afinjuye. Mojuba Egungu Ile, call on your ancestors. Egungun Bawashe. Egungun Bawashe. Iba egungun mo pe egungun baba ṣe. Hey, baba ẹni, ìṣèfẹ́ ni. Ìyá ẹni, ìṣèfẹ́ ni. Ìṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ lábo ká tó bòrìṣà. It is our mothers and our fathers who are our Isheshe, and it is Isheshe to whom we pay homage before any other entity. We give thanks and we give praise. I do. Mojuba Ori, Mojuba Baba, Mojuba Yeye, Mojuba Wona Laseku, Mojuba Bobo Borisha, Mojuba Teshu Daranika and Lo Soro, Mojuba Baba Miobata La Epa Baba Rubo Epa, Orisha Epa Mole Baba Mi Mojuba, Shango Kao Kami, Si Mojuba, Shunyore Yeo Mojuba. Ogunye, Omomari, Wogun, Lemio, Bio, Shebenia, Coco, Mojuba, Shosio, de Mata, Mojuba, Mobeji, Mojuba, Egbe, Mojuba, Oya, Yansa, Oba, Nani, Olokumulagba, Bobo, Borisha, Kinkamache. We know means, we know harm, hurt, or danger coming. We say Kinkamache and the names of anyone we want to bring into the sacred circle of protection right now. Remember to pray for those who pray for you. Remember to pray for yourself, Kinkamache. We say Kosi Iku, Kosi Arun, Kosi Epe, Kosi Ofo, Kosi Olopa, Kosi Idina, Kosi Wahala Rara. Let there be no problems whatsoever for anyone listening to the sound of my voice, whether live or later. We say Funwani, Bobo Ire, bring us all blessings. Funwani, Orire, Funwani, Ilera, Funwani, Alafia. Ire Owo, Ire Omo, Ire Aiku, Fumboa, Asheo, Asheo. Ashe to iba eshu. Ashe, 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 ashe. We give thanks, 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 we give thanks. Yes, we push away negativity. We call in all goodness. We call in the love. We call in reconciliation. We call in forgiveness. Lillian, blessings. AB, yes, we are forgiving Ayana and being forgiven. Blessings, blessings. I do well, I do well, I do well, I do well, I do well. Yes, 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 yes. We just let that settle into our spirits. We are grateful for every opportunity to come together, to call on spirit, to connect with ourselves. And you know that once we have called out, it is now time for us to connect with spirit directly through our breath. I invite you to relax yourself, to close your eyes gently, and to begin breathing with me deeply in through your nose and out through your mouth. Allowing all imagery to fade from your mind's eye, growing fainter and paler until we are left with a brilliant white in our mind's eye. Hold that white as you continue to breathe and feel a wave of relaxation roll down your body, starting from your head, rolling down your neck, down your shoulders, down your arms, down your torso, down your legs, into your feet. You are relaxed and released. You feel a wave of empowered Ashe flow back up through your feet, up your legs, up your torso, out your arms to the tips of your fingers, back up into your head. You are energized and empowered. We bring our attention to our outward breath as we prepare to release that which needs releasing in this moment. We breathe out guilt. We breathe out shame. We breathe out hurt. We breathe out heartache. We breathe out pain. You know what you stand in need of releasing in this moment. State it. I breathe out. Breathe it out right now. And now that we have made some room within ourselves, we allow our faces to smile. We activate our cheeks, chins, and foreheads. As we breathe in, Ire Bobo. Oh, blessings. We breathe in forgiveness. Yeah. We breathe in peace. Yeah. We breathe in happiness. Yes. We breathe in prosperity. Yeah. We breathe in reconnection. Yes. Every good thing, all that we need is contained in our next breath. Breathe it in right now. Adúpẹ́, Ṣàngó, Ọ̀yá, bá wa ṣe o, bá wa ṣe. Èmi aládùn, kóyọ̀dé bólé. Èmi aládùn, kóyọ̀dé bólé. Títí láé, Ṣàngó Bàkúsù. Èmi aládùn, kóyọ̀dé bólé. Èmi aládùn, kóyọ̀dé bólé. Títí láé, Ṣàngó Bàkúsù. Èmi aládùn, kóyọ̀dé bólé. Èmi aládùn, kóyọ̀dé bólé. Títí láé, shongo bakuso. Titi lai. Ye shongo bakuso. Adúpẹ́ ṣọ̀ngọ́, bàbá wa, báwa ṣe. Let us take 3 more deep cleansing breaths in through our noses and out through our mouths, beginning with 1, 2, and 3. As we release that 3rd breath, let us begin to reawaken our bodies. Wiggle your toes. Rotate your ankle. Straighten and bend your knees. Lean forward and back. Let your shoulders roll in gentle circles forward and back. Let your head fall gently from side to side. Move your body however feels good for you in this moment. And finally, the eye, precious windows to the soul. Gently open them and rejoin the space. Ashe, ashe, ashe. To ibaisho, adupweo, adupwe. We give thanks, we give thanks, we give thanks for being forgiven and for forgiving. We give thanks for allowing our hearts to soften and open. We give thanks for renewal that comes with each and every breath. Ashe, ashe, ashe. We give thanks. If you have felt blessed by your experience today, which I hope was as beautiful for you as it was for me, you are lovingly invited to participate in the Ministry of Giving, which you can do right here on YouTube using the super stickers, also via Venmo at Ashe Ire, as well as using the email Funlayo at asheire.com for PayPal and Zelle. We are thankful for each and every cent that you sow into the ministry. We pray for it to multiply and return to you 1,000,000 times. And I remind you, as always, that the most important and precious thing that you have is not your money, but it is your time, your energy, and your attention. And so I pray that you spend those in places and with people always who uplift you, who do not hold you hostage to your past mistakes, and who are able to help you to open your heart to self-forgiveness when you are not able to find it on your own. Ashe, 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 ashe. If you are new to the family at Kabul, it's your first time, don't let it be your last. Join us over at asheire.com. Get some more of this medicine we got for you, including my ebook where you can learn this prayer that we say each week for yourself. Family, you know I love you, and there ain't nothing that you can do about it. I'm going to keep loving you. I'm going to keep holding you in heart. I'm going to keep praying all the best for you. And I pray that you continue to uplift and pray for each other, that you continue to uplift and pray for yourselves. Don't forget to pray over yourself. Joanna, Funtola, Tanya, Afua. Don't forget to do it. Laura, thank you for your gift. And always prayers for your wellness, prayers for you to come through your surgery with flying colors. May the surgeon's hands be guided. Ifawemimo, thank you for your gift. Thank you again, African Martial Science, Shamika, Mama Fatima. Thank you to those who are giving on other platforms. We are grateful. You know, family, how we close it out. Come on and sing it with me. Ashe, 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 Ire on the east side. Ashe to the west now. Ashe north and south now. Ashe. Ashe Ire, I do pray family, oh dabo.